Hello, and welcome to Module 7 of the Building Code Playbook video series, Building Code Adoption Checklist for Jurisdictions. My name is Jason Scott, and I'm an Emergency Management Specialist with FEMA's Hazard Mitigation Directorate. In this video, we will discuss what FEMA's Building Code Checklist for Jurisdictions includes, as well as provide an overview of jurisdiction adoption procedures, followed by a walkthrough of the checklist. It's important to know that a jurisdiction's ability to adopt building codes can vary. The checklist provides a general overview of how local jurisdictions can adopt current natural hazard-resistant building codes. Local jurisdictions that adopt current building codes without weakening the natural hazard-resistant provisions are safer and stronger against natural hazards. Building codes minimize the damage caused by hazards, which result in fewer deaths, injuries, and damage to the jurisdiction. Jurisdictions are usually incorporated locations recognized by the U.S. Census Bureau. Jurisdictions include, but are not limited to, cities, towns, townships, boroughs, villages, counties, and parishes. A jurisdiction's ability to adopt building codes can vary. In non-home rule, jurisdictions do not inherently possess the authority to amend the state building code, nor to adopt their own building codes, but may do so if and only if the state has formally delegated such authority to them. In home rule, jurisdictions do not need the state to expressly grant them an authority to adopt building codes. Inherently, they already possess that authority. However, if a state has adopted and mandated a building code statewide, this may restrict the local jurisdiction's ability to adopt a separate code or to amend the state's code with local amendments, and may even override a local building code previously adopted by the jurisdiction. Now let's take a walkthrough of the jurisdiction's checklist. As noted in the Code Adoption Checklist page, a jurisdiction's ability to adopt building codes can vary. The following checklist provides a general overview of how local jurisdictions can go about adopting current natural hazard-resistant building codes. 1. Determine if your jurisdiction has the legal authority to adopt its own codes. If your jurisdiction has the legislative authority to adopt its own codes, reach out to your local International Code Council chapter or government relations representative for help determining which I-code additions should be adopted and enforced in your area. Chapter representatives can also help you determine if any modifications are necessary through formal amendment. Remember, natural hazards are unpredictable. Authorities having jurisdiction should consider above model code legislation. If your state has adopted a code and your jurisdiction has the power to choose whether to adopt the state code, decide whether you would like to adopt the code chosen by your state. Typically, authorities having jurisdiction will release a public notice of intent and give the public an opportunity to review the proposed code and formally submit proposals for code amendments. The proposals are voted on by a council composed of representative stakeholders such as government agencies, utility companies, professionals from the design and construction industry, builders, and others. The approved amendments are then incorporated into a revised code, which gets voted on by the council in order to formally adopt. Amendments to remove or weaken the natural hazard-resistant provisions of the code should not be approved. 3. A group of representatives appointed by the governing body or administration should release a notice to the public describing the code. The notice should state the following: the name of the building code to be adopted, the purpose of the building code to be adopted, and stakeholders who support the adoption of that building code. Consult your city, county, or state attorney for the available options. 4. Once the notice has been released, stakeholders may provide feedback and possible amendments. 5. The representatives and other stakeholders involved should review all comments received and decide if they should be rejected or incorporated into the code. 6. The code is formally voted on. 7. Proceed to enforce the adopted and/or amended code within your jurisdiction. Thank you for watching Module 7 of the Building Code Playbook video series. For more information about building codes, we encourage you to watch the rest of the series and visit FEMA.gov. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more on building code resilience.